I'm Adrian, and it's that time of year once again, and I was actually struggling to think what Christmas tune I would look at for you this year. I wanted to do something jazzy, and my initial thoughts were to do something by Joe Pass. He's got a great Christmas album called Six String Santa, which is a favourite of mine, but I quickly abandoned that idea once I realised that it would probably take me between now and next Christmas to actually be able to play any of the stuff on that record. So instead I've gone for something which I think is a bit more approachable. It's a beautiful version of White Christmas. It's not my own arrangement. It's actually very heavily based on the version played by Kenny Burrell on another of my favourite Christmas guitar albums, Have Yourself a Soulful Little Christmas, which I highly recommend. Now, I'm not going to pretend this is particularly easy to play, but I do think it's kind of fairly approachable for the non-jazz specialist. There are a couple of nasty little stretches in there, but other than that, I think it's doable for the non-jazz player. So I urge you to have a go at this. Anyway, let's get to it, and I'll show you how it's played. Now, there's no getting around the fact that I'm going to have to explain to you quite a lot of quite complicated chords for this one, so it might well be easier if you have the music in front of you, and I have written this one out in music and in tab, so if you want to do that, just click on the link underneath this video. It will take you to a PDF which you'll then be able to print off, and it might make this whole process a bit less painful. But let's get started. We're in the key of D flat for this one, and we're going to start with this D flat major 7 voicing, which some of you might well already know. It's just the 4th fret on the 5th string, 6th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 3rd string, and 6th fret on the 2nd string. And what Kenny Burrell does is he's sliding into that chord a couple of times at the start of the song, so like that. Then we're playing this. Again, it's a common E flat minor 7 voicing, so it's the 6th fret on the 5th string, 8th fret on the 4th string, 6th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 2nd string, E flat minor 7. Then we're going back to the initial D flat major 7 chord, taking that down 1 fret, and then back up to the 1 chord. So from the top, it's Then we're going to play that E flat minor 7 one more time, and then we've got this really nice pair of chords here. The shape is this. We've got the 8th fret on the 5th string, 9th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, and then 8th fret again on the 2nd string. And I think I'm playing that and then immediately moving up to the next fret. And I suppose that chord is a kind of a 5 chord in the key of D flat. It's a kind of, there's the root. We're not actually playing the root in the bass, but it gives you a kind of A flat 13th sound. And that's the whole of the first phrase of the song. If I just put that together for you slowly, we have I suppose the difficulty with this and with many chord melody pieces is just keeping it smooth when you've got some quite complicated stuff going on with your left hand. So try and connect those chords together as smoothly as you can, and always remember that the melody is the most important thing. That's usually the top note in each of these chords, and that's what you really want to focus on bringing out. Now, next phrase, just like the ones I used to know, starts up here. We've got that kind of thing. We're starting with it's the same major 7 shape that we had that down here, but this time we're playing it up in the 9th position. That's a G flat major 7. Then we've got this playing the 12th fret on the 5th and 4th strings, 10th fret on the 3rd string, and 13th fret on the 2nd string. Playing that chord in that position and then immediately moving it up 1 fret. Then we've got easy one, just bowing at the 11th fret on the top 4 strings there with the index finger. Again, it's a kind of a G flat major kind of a sound there. We're not playing the root again, but it gives you a kind of G flat major sound. Then we've got a melody note, which is just the 14th fret on the 2nd string. Then we have this, And this is first of our quite nasty stretches here. We've got 9th fret on the 5th string, 10th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, 13th fret on the 2nd string, and then we're going to this, which is 9th fret on the 5th string, 10th fret on the 4th string, 9th fret on the 3rd string, 11th fret on the 2nd string. So we're coming from this. And again, it's all a kind of a 5 chord sound in the key. It's kind of an A flat 7 or 13 going to A flat 7 sharp 5, something like A flat 9 sharp 5, something like that. I mean, the chord names aren't particularly important, or it's nice to kind of understand what's going on. Then that's all resolving to this chord here. We're back home to D flat, and this is a D flat 6 9. I'm just playing the 8th fret on the 5th, 4th and 3rd strings, and the 9th fret on the 2nd string. I can't hear a low root on the recording, but you could well add that one in there if you want to. That's the 9th fret on the low E string. Then we've just got one more kind of connecting chord at the end of this phrase, which is just this, a G flat over A flat. So we're playing a G flat triad there, the 4th fret on the 4th string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, and we're chucking an A flat in the bass there on the 6th string. So that's kind of the second phrase, just like the ones I used to know. Now let's carry on. We've got where the treetops glisten, and that goes like this. We've got a little something like that. So we've got a little single note pickup into this phrase, which is just 6th fret on the 4th string, and then 6 to 8 on the 3rd string. Going to our 1 chord, our D flat major 7, strumming the chord, and I'm playing the melody note on top of the chord, changing to this, which is a D flat 6, I think. So it's 4th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D string, the 4th string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and 6th fret on the 2nd string. Again, just strumming that chord, maybe playing the melody note one more time. Then going to this nice big G7 chord, playing the 3rd fret on the 6th string, 5th fret on the 5th string. I think I'm muting the 4th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, and then using my little finger just to bar across the 6th fret on both the top 2 strings. So strumming the first 5 notes of the chord, and then just playing the melody note, which is the top note of the chord. So nice sounding chord this one, actually. I think what's going on here is Kenny Burrell is thinking in terms of a flat 5 substitute for the 1-7 chord. I think on the original harmony it's kind of where the treetops glisten. Sorry, it goes from the 1 to a 1-7. So treetops glisten. So instead of that D flat 7, we've got a chord a flat 5th away, which introduces a nice kind of a tension. So then we've got a couple of melody notes. I'm just sliding up to the 11th fret on the 2nd string, and then the 9th fret on the 2nd string. Then we've got the first of our really big stretches, and there's no denying that this is a real bastard to play this one, but give it a try. We've got the 11th fret on the 5th string, then the 8th fret on the 4th string, 6th fret on the 3rd string, strumming that 2 or 3 times. Then you can relax a little bit because we're dropping down from our little finger to the 3rd finger, which is at the 9th fret on the 5th string. The other 2 notes stay the same. So just strumming that chord and then playing the melody note again, I think. Then we've got this 7th fret on both the 5th and 4th strings, 6th fret on the 3rd string, and stretching with my little finger to play the 9th fret on the 2nd string. So I'm playing the 3 lowest notes and then catching the melody note there. Then I'm playing this 6th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 4th string, 6th fret on the 3rd string, and 7th fret on the 2nd string. And then back to our 1 chord, the D flat major 7, strumming the chord, playing the top note again. We're going up to our E flat minor 7, back to our D flat major 7, then we've got this, it's a C diminished going to a B flat minor. So the C diminished is starting on the 5th string at the 3rd fret, 4th string 4th fret, 3rd string 2nd fret, and 2nd string 4th fret, and then going to a nice simple B flat minor in the first position. Then we've got a B flat minor 11, another really nice sounding chord, this one. 6th fret on the 6th string, I'm muting the 5th string, 6th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, 4th fret on the 2nd string. Then dropping down to this shape here, which is just moving my 2nd finger to the 5th fret on the 4th string. The other 2 top notes stay the same. So then we're back to this G flat over A flat, and then just moving down your index finger from that initial shape, just creating a kind of A flat 9th sound. And that's the end of the first verse. So maybe if we just take a step back from all of that, and I'll slowly play the entire verse so you can see and hear how that fits together. So we've got I've forgotten the next chord. What is it? There we go. That's the end of the first verse. Now, the good news is that the second verse, most of it is a straight repeat of the first verse, with some variations in rhythm here and there, but for the most part it's the same thing. So let me just take you through that a bit more quickly. We're starting again with our 1 chord, exactly the same as before. Up to the 4 chord. So far exactly the same. Slight variation here going into the second half of the second verse. Just the little lead in is a little bit different. It's just 6 to 8 on the 4th string, 6 on the 3rd string, sliding into that D flat major 7 again. Then we've got our G7 chord one more time, and here's where it starts changing towards the end of this verse. We're playing a melody note, 9th fret on the 2nd string, and then that's leading us into this G flat 6/9 chord, which is 9th fret on the 5th string, 8th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, 9th fret on the 2nd and 1st strings. And I think I'm playing that 3 times, or Kenny Burrell is playing it 3 times. changing to this, which is 8th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, 7th fret on the 2nd string, 9th fret on the top string. So playing that a couple of times as well, I think. And then another couple of nice chords here. We've got 7th fret on the 5th and 4th strings, 6th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 2nd string, which is smoothly leading us to this, 6th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 4th string, 6th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 2nd string. We're nearly there into the last phrase of the song, which is "May all your Christmases be white." So we've got a couple of melody notes: 6 to 8 on the 3rd string, D flat major 7 to B flat minor 7, 6th fret on the low E, muting the A, and then the 6th fret on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Then to this, which is kind of E flat minor 9, I think, 6th fret on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 4th string, and then barring with my 3rd finger at the 6th fret on the top 3 strings. Melody note, 1st fret on the 2nd string, and then that's falling into this chord again. Another big stretch with this chord, but it sounds great if you can manage it. And that is the 4th fret on the low E, muting the A string, 4th fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string. So that's a nice kind of 7 flat 9 sound, and that's pulling us back home to this D flat 6, 4th fret 5th string, 3rd fret on the 4th and 3rd strings, and 2nd fret on the 2nd string. And then what I did at the start of this video is I just tagged that last line and played it one more time. So and the last time I just went into the G flat over A flat before final chord, which is this fantastic D flat sort of 6/9. I'm playing the 4th fret on the lowest 2 strings, 3rd fret on the middle 2 strings, and then 4th fret on the top 2 strings. It's one of those chords where you'll need to play 2 strings with the same finger there. So if you use your 2nd finger and kind of angle it this way towards the head of the guitar and just put it in between those 2 strings, you should be able to manage to press down those 2 notes at once. Something I find slightly tricky, but if I can do it with my really skinny fingers, then I'm sure you'll be able to give it a go as well. But it is something I find a bit hard to do. And that's the last chord of the song. Let me just play then for you the second verse, which starts the same as the first verse and then has the variations at the end. But it goes like this. We got. That's it. And then if you want to do the little tag at the end, you can add that in as well. Maybe slow down a little bit at the end too. And then the big ending chord. There we go. Wow, that was a lot of chords. So there we go. I hope you have a lot of fun learning to play this piece. Feel free to adapt and adjust this arrangement to your own purposes. It's certainly not set in stone. So if you want to avoid some of those nasty stretches on the chords, just substitute some slightly easier to play voicings. Likewise, if you can come up with some more interesting harmonies or variations of your own, then throw them in there, and that way you can really make the piece your own. Likewise with the rhythm, feel free to vary that and maybe come up with some more interesting rhythms. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to everybody who has supported me over this past year. Thanks to everyone who's watched my videos, everyone who's visited my website. That support is very, very much appreciated, and I hope to see you for some more of this kind of thing next year. But until then, have a very Merry Christmas. Bye bye.